Yo, you are now tuned in to SECZN Live on a Tuesday night. Um, Happy Green Beer Day. You know, happy St. Patrick's Day. Today. How you guys doing out there? Let's check and see who we got tuned in. Of course, we got the Huggy Beard himself in the building. Gonna give it a little bit of time, let some more people trickle in here. Got a very, very special show for you guys tonight. Um, as you guys see from the thumbnail, we're gonna be picking week one, right? I know it's early. I know it. I know it's way too early to do this, but that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna pick week one, and we are going to compile our stats, get them all during the off season, and then when the season starts, we're gonna compare them against the experts. That's what we're gonna do, man. So I'm really excited about this one, man, to get this one started, man. How you guys doing out there in the chat, man? We got my guy, my favorite insider, and the insider. War damn ego right back at you, man. My guy, Mike McKinney. Mike McKinney's in the building. War damn ego right back at you, man. So yeah, so I got this thing all set, prepped and ready to go. And this should be an interesting one. This should be a really, really fun one, man. Got my guy checking in. Let me bring him up real quick. You know him. Nick Frazier from Water Cooler Talk Sports, man. How you doing, Nick?
I'm doing well, man. How y'all feeling? How you feeling?
You're pretty good, man. Did you have a green beer today?
No, I didn't.
No green beer today. No green beer today. Okay.
Not at all. No.
Where's your green, man? You don't have on no green.
Exactly. None.
You know what that
None
means, chat? I mean, when you see Nick, you got to pinch him. Those are the rules. I didn't make them up.
Okay. All right. It's going to be a long time.
That's the way it goes, man.
Long time. Man.
Oh, man. Again, man, guys, happy St. Patrick's Day. Good seeing you all here, man, as we get ready to get into what we're going to get into today. Nick, special show, man. We're going to be doing week one. Week one. So this should be really, really fun, man. So week one is filled with 16 games, 16 individual games. So that means we need to get started so that we don't be here all night.
I got you. I understand.
So we got Huggy saying, "What's up, gentlemen? What's up?" Right back at you, Huggy, man. All right, so let's do this, man. Before we get into that, man, if you are watching and you're not subscribed, go ahead, do me a favor real quick, hit that subscribe button. All right, hit that subscribe button, like the video. Two-piece combo, subscribe, like. You got to do that every time, all right? Because this show is interactive, and the only way that you're going to be able to vote and participate in these polls is if you're part of the Keyboard Collective. And in order to be part of the Keyboard Collective, as you guys know, you got to be subscribed to the channel. But luckily, the Keyboard Collective is always taking memberships. All right, man. So join today, hit that subscribe button, join the Keyboard Collective, where your comments are the currency. And then if you want to donate to the name, image, and likeness of SECZN, all you have to do is comment. That's it. It's real simple. Real simple. All right, man. So let's check out what we got going on here today, man. This should be an interesting little segment. First of all, let's take a look at a few things real quick. If you guys missed it, Saturday, we posted an episode specifically for you guys in the Keyboard Collective. What happened was, as you guys know, we voted. If you were here for the last episode, we voted on win totals for each and every SEC team, right? Hope you guys remember that. All right. What was interesting about that is you guys were spot on. You were really, 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 really correct. Me and Nick did an episode on that. That is up on the channel now. It's called Beat Vegas, right? SEC fans, did they beat Vegas? I'm not so sure. Maybe they did. We came pretty close. If you missed that episode, though, check this out. We got this up here right now, so you guys can see this. This is all posted on the SEC's social media. You can see this graphic. pretty much everywhere, and that shows you just how close you guys came. If you notice, it's probably only about 3 teams on there where we were off base, so you guys did a great job. Congratulations on that. Give yourselves a round of applause, take a bow. Uh, you guys know ball, so, um, let's take a look at what else we got here. We're still doing take 5, right? We're just trying to get enough of them so that we can make a segment out of them. It's pretty simple. If you want to be a part of a live show, but you really don't wanna be a part of a live show, you don't wanna get on camera and come up here and do the hustle and bustle, but you wanna give your takes, this is the easy way to do that. All you gotta do is submit a 5-second video to the email address that's up in the upper right-hand corner there, info@itsexseason.com. 5 seconds or less, give us your takes for the upcoming season. And you can say anything you want, right? There's no rules to this. Man, you can submit as many of them as you want. There's no rules to that either. All right. And let's take a look at this and pay a little bit of respect to one of our friends of the show, Chef Country. Adelines by Chef Country is what we call him when we're talking about him barbecuing food there. You see the ribs, Adelines in the Tagoville, Alabama, where we do it right. So if you guys are in the Tagoville area, go by and pay our guy Edward a visit and get the ribs, man. That's what I have. If
Mhm.
I was there right now, I'd be ordering ribs. Grab the ribs, man, and tell him I sent you, man. Tell him we sent you, man. And uh that would be great for you guys. Let's see what else we got here. Also, guys, don't forget about lunch breaks, right? Our Thursday show at 10:30. It is a very, 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 very interesting show, man. I'm very having a lot of fun doing this. Last week, we talked about the topic was peasants. If you guys didn't catch that, go back on the page. You can catch that. It debuted Thursday at 10:30. Lunch breaks is our lunchtime show. So this is what you want to watch if you have to eat lunch besides somebody whose breath stinks at the office and you don't want to deal with that. You come you come spend your lunch with us, man. I promise you it'd be a much better experience. We talk some SEC football. This episode actually was about does NIL create a hierarchy in the locker rooms, right? We got one coming up Thursday too. So you guys want to go ahead and set your reminders for that. This is gonna be a really interesting episode. As you see, we got the thumbnail already ready. It is called Cakewalks, right? This is
Uh-oh.
what we doing Thursday, Cakewalks. And this should be an interesting conversation. I'm kind of excited about this one, Nick. Can you guess what this is about? Just out of the blue, just from the title. Just, just wondering.
Mm, easy schedules, I'm guessing.
That is exactly what it's about, Nick. That is exactly what
Wow,
it's
hey,
about.
that's a great guess. That was a great
That's a
guess.
great guess,
That's a
man.
really
It's
great
kind
guess.
yeah, man. It's your lucky day, man. St. Patrick's Day, man. You should play the numbers.
No,
This
man, I should.
but this one is gonna be about, easy schedules, man. We're gonna talk about the infamous strength of schedule, and, does it really matter? Hmm, does it really matter? As you know, we compare these episodes, to corporate environments, so we gonna be comparing this to somebody who just is gifted a job, and they didn't really have to work for it. They just got the job and got the promotion and became the manager. What's interesting about that is they get the same pay. So it doesn't really matter
Mm,
in that instance. So we're going to talk about that and break it down on Thursdays. You want to be a part of that show. It's going to be really, really interesting, man. It'll be a good time on that one. And also, last but not least, the SECZN hoodies are still available. As always, I forgot to put the link in the chat, but I will pin it to this episode so you guys can order them if you like. And if you want to go ahead and order them without seeing the link, the website is IC Art Designs with a Z at the end. And you can go on there and you can grab your SEC hoodie and become part of the cool kids, right? And the gold chains are sold separately. Unfortunately, we can't provide those. You got to get your own gold chain and your own shades and your own hat. It's only going to be a hoodie in the pack when you order it. So grab you one of these
yes.
hoodies, man. It's gonna be amazing, man. And we got some summertime clothes coming soon, so be on the lookout for that. All right, so I think that's it, man. Let me get this off of the screen. So, yeah, that is it, man. For the housekeeping, man. So let me make sure we got this all set up and ready to go. so we can start getting our first vote on, man. This is gonna be an interesting show, man. Um, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take each game one by one, and we're gonna be voting simply win or loss.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, let's go ahead and get over to um the stage, right? Let's go over to the stage and see what we got here. There is our ranking stage, right? And as you can see, it's not actually perfect. Let me move this down a little bit so you guys can see it. Boom. All right. It's who wins. Of course, Vanderbilt is up there now, so you guys can go ahead and start casting your votes for that if you like. And the easiest way to do it is just vote in the chat. Who do you think is going to win this game? And this is how we're going to do it. While you guys are voting on that, and I just want to explain the chart just a bit. You can see that there's every matchup on the board, right? Every matchup on the board for week 1, right? We're gonna go through every last one of these and pick a winner, right? That Z right there at the end of each category is our SE season index, our fan poll results, right? So that's what we're good. That is going
Mhm.
to be the percentage of people who actually are voting for these, right? So we're gonna get that percentage. Hold on a second. Yeah, we're gonna get that percentage up, and it'll tell us what the percentage is of the people who actually voted, and that's going to be our SEC season index. So um, we're building our own data, right? We're going against the experts, guys. We're taking on the experts. That's what we're doing. We're going to
Yes,
go
sir.
against the experts. And when you guys tune in on TV and you watch these games, they got all these different indexes. The ESPN index. They got the I don't know. They get indexes from everywhere. News channels,
Mhm.
companies, and all kinds of people come up with their indexes, right? But we're going to come up with our very own index, and it's strictly fan votes because they never ask the fans. So that's what we're going to do here at SEC season, and we're going to be putting that up against the professionals when the season starts. So for the first matchup, of course, I put an easy one up there. We're gonna go through some easy ones because I think those are will move pretty quickly, right? And the first
Mhm.
matchup is Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt. Uh, and Vanderbilt's taking on Austin P, right?
Mhm.
Um, so real quick, Nick, I mean, what do you think about this game, man? I can already see you voted, and I think this is pretty simple for everybody. For this game, I don't know. We got anybody taking Austin P, or are we
No.
all kind of on the same page at this right here? I'm gonna go ahead and vote myself for Vanderbilt because I think that they're gonna win this week 1 game. Um, and I think this is actually the last game of the Saturday, if I'm not mistaken. Um,
Okay.
so
Okay.
Yeah, so Vanderbilt will close out the week 1 slate, with an FCS home opponent in Austin P. Um, and this comes after the 2024 season. And coming up the 24th season is post Diogo Pavia, where everybody's looking to see what is gonna happen at quarterback. Is it gonna be Curtis? Well, I'm sure it's gonna be Curtis. It's kinda what the reports are, and we wanna see how he's gonna look. So, this is gonna be an interesting game for that reason alone. I don't think it's gonna be an interesting game because of the score, but just to see where Vanderbilt is post, uh, Diego Pavia, man. What do you think about that one, Nick?
Yeah, I'm with I got Vanderbilt winning this game. Is what
Yeah.
I have. I don't see it being too much of a test for him. I think it's a good warm up for Jared Curtis. So yeah, I mean nothing else to really say about it, man. Give me Vanderbilt.
Yeah, and I figured that would be an easy one for people to vote for. It looks like it's 100% Vanderbilt in the chat. Like I said, guys, I won't take up too much time on these easy ones because there's some games on here that kind of tricky, man. So we want to make sure we leave a little bit of time and room to kind of discuss those. Um, so let's go ahead and put Vanderbilt their W up on the board, man. So we're gonna do that. And Vanderbilt's SEC season index for this is currently at 100%. So we're gonna put them 100%. So 100% of us are thinking that Vanderbilt is gonna come out victorious in this game. So I think that's fair. Uh, I don't see anybody with no pushback. You gotta have some really good reasons if you think Vanderbilt's gonna lose this game. All right.
Got you.
So there you guys have it. That's our first vote. Just want you guys to see how this is gonna go. Our first vote, we got a W on the board for Vanderbilt, right? Um, we also have our first ESPN index rated at 100% votes for Vanderbilt to win this game. Right.
Mhm.
All
Mhm.
right. All right. So let's move along, man. These are actually not in order. So we're just kind of I'm trying to save some of the better games for later. So let's see. What do we have here? We'll move on to the next one, man. This is Texas A&M. So we got Texas A&M taking on Missouri State. All right. This one should be also an easy one to pick. This game is in College Station. Uh,
Mhm.
Again, another FCS school, non-conference opener. And this is kind of the theme of week one. Week one is when you get those tune-up games and you see TAMU with one right here. Um, what are some storylines from this game you're looking for, man? I know this is a inferior opponent, but what are you looking to see from Texas A&M uh, at the beginning of the season?
Yeah, hopefully not what they did at the beginning of the season last year because they did not look like the team that we thought they were going to be when they got down to the end of the year. Some of those games some of those opponents that they played um last year at the beginning of the season where you thought that they would that they should have dominated, it didn't look good. It
No,
looked
it,
like
did,
they were
it didn't.
slow, sputtering, and things stuff of that nature. So hopefully this year we see them get off to a fast start. They got majority of the people coming back on the offensive side of the ball. So maybe we'll see. And they had some additions as well on the offensive side of the ball in the wide receiver room. So
Mhm.
hopefully we can see them get off to a fast start and be the team that a lot of people think they could be. So, but yeah, I'm going Texas A&M to win the game.
Yeah. I think everybody's going Texas A&M. Like I said, we won't take too much time on these because I kind of figured these are going to be 100%. So we got Texas A&M on the board with the W, and we're gonna give them 100% SEC the index to win that game, right? Uh, all right. So this is again another SEC the index up there at 100%. This is more credible than the ESPN index, guys. It just
More
is, right?
credible.
I'm
Yes, it's
telling you,
more
it's more
credible.
credible. Why is it more credible? Because it comes from you guys, right?
Yes.
Who does the ESPN index come from? We don't know.
Uh, hey, it's a great play. It comes from they. Comes from they.
Yeah, from they. Exactly. And and we taking on they. So uh let's move to another game, man. I'll give you guys this one. This one is actually well, no, this was a cakewalk too. We got Texas at home, taking on Texas State. Actually, I think if I'm not mistaken, I think this is no, I think it is at home. They got a home opener against the in-state foe, Texas State in the Sun Belt. Texas has improved in recent years, but still, I mean, Texas State has improved in recent years, but they
Mhm.
are significantly below Texas in terms of talent.
Yep.
I expected Texas to win this game comfortably. Um, what do you guys? What would you be looking for in this game, man? Just from Texas, we all know who they have in the building. Orange
We do.
Man, Cam Coleman. They have the names. So what are you looking
Yes,
for
they
them
do.
to put on display in this game?
Execution. I stated earlier in previous episode that I thought that Steve Sarkisian had the most pressure on him as a coach in the conference to win a national championship.
Okay.
So in order for people to be, in my opinion, in order for people to be a believer, well, me personally, to be a believer in them, I need to see them come out here and dominate. And dominate. Dominate.
Mm. You need to see a dominant win from them.
I need to see a dominant win. I need to see domination. And I'm not expecting that, but hey, we'll see.
I was about to ask you, what are you expecting? You think they put that on the field? You think they
No, I
dominated in the
don't.
fashion in this game?
I'm
No.
not sure. I'm not sure. I'm not
we
sure.
don't we don't know what we're gonna get from Texas.
Yeah.
We know we'll get a W from them, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I, I I think so. So we're gonna go ahead and get them the W and put up 100% on the SE season index there. Um, we're actually moving along pretty quickly, man. So we're gonna move on one more, and then maybe we'll take a few comments and then get to the rest of them. So let's take a look at the next one. Like I said, these are all really really simple. Um, let's move on to Tennessee. Right. Tennessee is taking on Foreman, right? So this is another FCS foe. You guys, listen. I know where this is gonna go. Uh, you just put Tennessee or Foreman, whoever you think is gonna win. I think everybody's probably gonna vote for Tennessee, but
Mhm.
Tennessee is coming into this season with a lot of returning production. There's still some questions at quarterback now, so we don't really know who's gonna start at quarterback for this team. So that's an interesting little caveat there, and it would be a factor had they been playing somebody a little bit tougher uh than Furman. Um, but this is essentially a tune-up game for him, man. Um, I'm looking for the same thing that you just said against Texas execution, man. I want to see execution. What about this game intrigued you, if there is anything that intrigues you about
Nothing about it
this?
really intrigues me. This is not like a big weekend of us looking like,
Yeah,
oh, these are groundbreaking matchups.
yeah.
You just expect them to go out here and do what they're supposed to do against the opponents, which is just
Mhm.
basically be effective, be efficient, look competent, and then win the game like they're supposed to. This is the type of week where we look at it and we try to find flaws in majority of the
Right.
teams that
Mhm.
like that they playing. Like, what is this saying? What is this telling us? What is this performance telling us? And what to expect for the rest of the season. So yeah, nah. If they come out and don't do if they come out and not do what we think that they should do, then we'll have questions.
Right, right, right. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. This is one of those games where, yeah, you look for execution. You look for one of those weeks, like you said, you look for execution. You look for teams to do what they're supposed to do. So I went ahead and put that one on the board where farming 100% of the SEC's index goes to Tennessee there, and the win is what we think. So let's take a look. Let's go back real quick, man. Take a look at a few of these comments because I saw some interesting stuff that came on the screen. Let's see here. Well, we got Kid Country, and he says, got home, dryer went out, doing handyman work this evening, but I'm listening though. Oh, shout out to you, man. Shout out to you, Kid Country. I had that happen before, man. That's no fun. Then we got Huggy says, I was gonna do a take five, but I think we all know the rooster ain't a 5 second talker. You'd be surprised. Huggy. You say a lot in 5 seconds, man. You'd be surprised. um, We got Dwight saying, "What I miss, man, nothing much, nothing much. We really just getting started, man. We just getting started." We got Tim saying, Tim the Two Man Taylor saying, "Ted's out here talking about salaries. As someone who can see everyone's pay, you might want to relax if your feelings are hurt."
Ooh.
Oh, that's funny, man. That's funny. Hey, Tim, make sure you are there for the lunch break episode because that's gonna be funny, man. We actually gonna get into some really funny stuff about that, man. And some it should be interesting. We've got a lot of different comments. Dwight has an interesting one here, right? Check this out. He says all the SEC teams will win week one except for LSU. And
Mm,
LSU has that matchup against Clemson. So that is interesting, man. That is interesting. I'm
it
agree
is.
with you
Yes,
with
it
that.
is.
I might actually agree with you with that. I don't know. We'll see how that one shakes out, man. Uh so let's move it right along, man. Let's move right along to another game. All right. Let's see what else we got on this docket. So let's see if I can find something a little bit interesting. I don't know how interesting this one will be, but let's see. We got South Carolina hosting Kent State. Now, South
Mm,
Carolina did not have the season that they expected last year, right? Uh,
mhm.
this is a redemption year. Lenore Sellers returns. They return a lot of production on defense. They beef up the offensive line with a lot of experience. Um, I still think they win the game. But this is one of those teams that I can confidently say, "Hey, I am looking for execution in this football game."
Yes.
Right? Right, I am looking for execution, new offense. We wanna see that on display, man. What did you think about this one, Nick?
Yeah, the past 2 seasons with South Carolina, last year they played, um, Syracuse, if I'm not mistaken, to start the season out. Did it? No,
I
was
think
that
so.
Tennessee? I think it
I
was I
think
forgot.
I
Who
forgot
did
who
they
played
play?
Syracuse at the beginning of the year.
Somebody played somebody. I can't remember who it was. But I know last year that game was a very was a very interesting game. It came down to the wire, if I'm not mistaken. I won't say it was Syracuse.
Right.
I might be wrong about that. Don't quote me on that. I need to take a look and see. I'll look it up when I get finished on my thought. And that was a close game. It's a slow starting team. The year before that, when they went 9-3,
Mm-hmm.
they played Old Dominion at home. And Old Dominion had a lead, if I'm not mistaken, going into the fourth quarter against that South Carolina team. So this is also like you stated, this is one of those games where I'm looking at and I'm trying to see exactly what does South Carolina do coming out to start against a Kent State team. You know, one of those teams that that's what you would call a mid-major. This was basketball. You would call them a
Right.
mid-major type team. And like if the sun is right, if the temperature is right, if the day is right, this team can come out here and make it a surprise, and it could be a closer game than what it is. So that's what I'm interested in looking at with this game. Does South Carolina start out slow again this year
Right.
with a
Right.
new offensive coordinator and everything? So that's what I'm interested in seeing.
What's your gut feeling on that? You think they start out slow, or you think that's Kendall Brown's offense comes out humming in this game?
I think his offense comes out humming. I want to see what the defense does. That's what I want to
Okay.
see. I want to see what the
Fair
defense
enough.
does.
Fair enough. All right. So we got that win on the board for South Carolina. SEC is an index of 100%. You guys are really confident in these SEC teams so far. And I know the competition is mediocre so far, but I promise you it gets better, guys. I promise you it gets better. So let's move on to the next one, man. We're not going to take too long on this.
Virginia Tech. They
Next
played Virginia
team.
Tech the first game. That's what it
Oh,
was.
yeah. That's right. That's right.
Tennessee played Tennessee played Syracuse. They played Virginia Tech the first game of the season.
Mm, that's right. You are correct. So this next one is Oklahoma. Oklahoma's playing at home. They host UTEP. Uh, Listen, I think everybody thinks Oklahoma's gonna win this game. I don't know if anybody's gonna actually pick anything other than Oklahoma in this football game. I want to see in this game. I think the number one question people are gonna be looking for in this game is I think it's two questions that people are gonna be looking for in this game. One is John Mateer's health. All
Mhm.
right. How does he look? Does he look healthy? Does he look ready to go and be the catalyst for them for the remainder of this SEC season? And I'm sorry, SEC season. And then also the running game. Are they able to generate rushing game with their running backs is probably going to be what people are going to be looking for. So looks like 100% of you guys are voting for Oklahoma, man. What are you looking for in this game, Nick?
Um, Probably the running game
Right.
for Oklahoma in this game. Looking to see if they can establish a run. They should be able to.
Hmm.
And I just want to see what that front seven of the defense looks like because they did lose some guys. Even though they still have some guys that are back from the defense last year, but they lost some guys that was on that front that was in that front seven of the defense as well. I want to see exactly what um how it looks like. How dominating is it? Uh, this upcoming season, like what can we take from that game against UTEP? Um, and kind of like project for the rest of the season when it comes to Oklahoma.
Hmm.
So yeah, that's what I'm interested in.
Yeah. I think you know. I I think everybody's gonna be looking for that exact same thing. I think you're spot on with that, man. So we got let me see, AB versus World. He's saying Oklahoma by half 100.
Mm,
He's taking them by
okay.
50 in this game, right? That's very
Okay.
well possible too. So I'm not mad at that. So we got them on the board with a win, 100% of the votes. So that SEC season index is 100 for this. So I love the pace that we're going. We're keeping this thing moving, man.
Yes.
So let's see what we got next, man. This one should be interesting. Maybe. The next one we got
Mm,
is Arkansas Pine Bluff, traveling to Missouri to take on Missouri. I think this is the first HBCU we put up here. So it's gonna
mhm,
be HBCU
mhm.
taking on Missouri. Of course, I think we all think that Missouri is gonna win this one. Um, Interesting thing going on with Missouri with Austin Simmons taking over at quarterback. You got Amar Hardy returning. What are some things you're looking for in this game, man? Like I said, I know these are early, so like it's not much that
Yeah.
you can kind of take from them, but like I enjoy week 1 games even when they be blowouts because it gives me an opportunity to look at, like, how these teams what do these teams want to accomplish,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? It's kinda tough to
Mhm.
tell that when they play, like, good defenses and good offenses because they have to kinda, they had to kind of morph around what is happening on the field. But when they play teams like this,
Mhm.
you can kind of see like this is what they want to do. This is who they want to be. So what are you looking for in this game?
Yeah, we all know the running game is gonna be what it is, um, Ahmad Hardy's back. I think he was the leading
Mm,
rusher in the conference last year. Um, I look at it and I just say, what does the defense look like? This is another defensive question. You lose Damon Wilson, who transferred to uh, Miami. Zion Young is
mhm,
headed to the NFL, who was a defensive end for Missouri last year. McClellan, he's headed to the NFL, who was on the interior of that defensive line last year. So, what does the front seven of this defense look like moving forward this upcoming season? Because they had a solid, really solid, really solid front seven last
mm,
year. So, yeah, I'm gonna be interested in seeing exactly what this defense look like,
mm.
with Missouri. I think the offense will be fine. I think Austin Simmons is good enough. I think Austin Simmons just lost his job because of injury, and Trinidad
Yeah,
Chambliss played so well that you can't just stop that momentum. So we can't sit here and like Austin Simmons is not. He won the starting job, last
right.
year.
He was
So
he was the plan
he
for
was
them.
he was the guy, he was the plan. So I think he's gonna do well, in that offense at Missouri. So but for me it's the defense, the front seven of the defense, what it looks like, man. That's what I'm interested in seeing.
Yeah, and hey, if Lane Kiffin rewards you a starting job, you're probably pretty decent at playing quarterback.
Yeah, probably,
Just saying.
more than likely.
Yeah, like you said, I think Austin Simmons got a lot of talent, man, and we're gonna see how that fares out for them. We got a couple comments, man. Dwight actually had voted for Pine Bluff, but then he said, "Oh, I thought Hardy." Let's see. He says, "Oh, I thought Hardy was gone. Never mind then." So Dwight, you think that? No, like serious question. Like without Hardy, you would pick Pine Bluff in this game? That's interesting.
That's strong. That's strong right
That's
there.
interesting. That's interesting. Tell us about that, man, if you don't mind, Dwight. Um, and then we got AB versus Warriors said they lost everybody on defense, right? They lost everybody on defense. So we got them on the board, man, with a W. Um, we got them on the board with a W. We got a few more comments. He's saying, AB versus Warriors saying Drink can coach though. A lot of people are high on Drink. Um, his name was circling a lot of the schools for coaching searches at the end of the season last year. And Dwight saying, "Yup, no Hardy. He picked Pine Bluff to beat him."
Mm,
That's interesting,
okay.
man. That's interesting.
Okay. Wow.
We might have to revisit that, Dwight. Had to revisit that one. Uh, no, he says, going by what AB said, quarterback gone, Hardy's all they got. Okay. So you know I have
Austin
no faith in
Simmons.
Austin Simmons?
No faith in Austin Simmons as their quarterback. Okay.
I gotta think about it now. Like Austin Simmons and Trinidad Chambliss were in a quarterback battle, and Austin Simmons won that battle.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I mean, maybe he's pretty good, maybe he's not. We'll see. We'll see how he fares in Missouri. But so we got Missouri up there, got theirs on the board. So far, all 100% for this. Uh, let's move on to another game, man. Let's move on to another game and see if we can find one that's kind of intriguing. Well, let's just do it in order. So I got one that may be interesting for you. All right. So
Go for
guys,
it.
let's see how we feel about this one. It may not be the best one, but let's see how we feel about this one. Let's put it up. We got U University of Louisiana Monroe traveling to Mississippi State to take on the Mississippi State Bulldogs, right? Now, Louisiana Monroe may provide a little bit more competition than some of the other schools that we just named. Uh, but you got a Mississippi State team that's looking to take a step forward. I do expect them to win this football game. It's in Starkville. It should be a comfortable win for them, taking on the Sun Belt opponent. Um, what are you looking for? What are you looking for in this game, man?
Um, Kamario Taylor,
Mm,
to break out so people can see exactly what type of quarterback he is. I think Mississippi State is going to be another trap game for a lot of teams this upcoming season because I think of the scheme that Jeff Lebby runs on the offensive side of the ball. The problem with Mississippi State last year was the fact that they weren't able to close games, and that was more
true.
defensively than what it was. They didn't have enough depth on the defensive side of the ball, so they were kind of tired at the end of games.
Right.
Offensively they was able to score with everybody that they played. You know, even if the games ended up being lopsided, they still put up points.
That's true.
But yeah, I look at it. I look at it and I say, um, can the defense, can Mississippi State's defense win them some games this year, like they did against Arizona State? You know, it was
Right.
promising against it was promising with them last year when they got an interception to kind of seal the game against Arizona State at home, a
Mhm.
team that Sam Levitt, as a matter of fact, who was the quarterback of that team,
Right, right.
who a team that went to the college football playoff the year before, and they were a ranked team at the time. So, but it just didn't translate, towards the end of the season because they looked tired, when the season went on. So, for me, defensive side of the ball for Mississippi State, do they have enough depth to be able to stay with to be able to close games out? And then of course Kamario Taylor on the as at
Mm.
quarterback.
Yeah, yeah, but you gotta look for the unknowns. I do expect them to put up a fair share of points, but like you said, that defense is what it can that defense be. But if we're talking about the whole season. In this game, I expect the defense to be pretty pretty damn good. But like over the course of the season, can that defense hold up and match the pace that they want to move on offense?
Mhm.
Um, and we got AB versus World Sin. He says Mississippi State, yeah, Taylor at quarterback and Lebby can coach offense. Yeah, those are two very true statements, man. I think Mario Taylor is the real deal. And he's with a coach that can take advantage of all the talents that he has. Jeff Lebby
Yes.
will utilize uh every part of his game to win
Yes.
games, man. So far we are, about halfway through with this thing, and we got all 100%, all wins for the SEC. I kind of figured that, right? We kind of figured that would happen, right? So let's take a look at this next game. Um, let's pull this one up. How about this? We
This
got
is a good one.
Louisville.
This is a
And
good one.
now we get into some that you may wanna I don't know how this goes, right? So we
This is
got
a good one.
Louisville traveling to Starkville, right? Now this is
This is a
not necessarily a cakewalk for Ole Miss. Uh, First thing I'm gonna be
this
looking
is a
for in this game, man, is Trinidad Chamberlain gonna be there, right?
very true.
Uh, this all of a sudden becomes a very interesting game if Deuce Knight starts. If there's no Trinidad Chambliss. And I do wanna see how the offense operates with no Lane Kiffin there. Ole Miss was able to retain talent and bring in talent, both,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
So I wanna see how that actually looks for them, man. What are you looking for in this game? Because this is a sneaky good game right here, man.
Yeah, it is.
I
I mean,
think.
you look at both sides, you look at both teams, right? You talk about Ole Miss, they
Right.
bringing back Keywan Lace, another 1,000-yard rusher. Trinidad Chambliss, will Trinidad Chambliss be the quarterback, right? Um, and we're making these decisions assuming that Trinidad Chambliss will be the guy
Right, right.
at quarterback, you know. Um, then you look at what Louisville has on their
Mhm.
side. Louisville brought in a lot of transfers
They did.
this offseason through the transfer portal. They brought a lot of transfers
Mhm.
in, especially quarterback Lincoln Keenholz, transfer from Ohio State. Um, so you look at that and you ask yourself the question of, paired with Jeff Brom up there at
Mhm.
Louisville and his brother, could this Louisville team go to Oxford and be able to make it a game? Um, Jeff Brom has been at Louisville for a while. This will
Mhm.
be Pete Golden's first full season as the head coach. What does the team look
Mhm.
like? I think Ole
Right.
Miss's defense will be pretty pretty stout still. I think they'll still be pretty stout, in that vein. Um, Imma go Ole Miss, in this game, and Imma go Ole Miss for
Mm,
the simple fact because it's in Oxford.
yeah.
Because I think I look at it from that perspective and I say, I'll give them the home field advantage there. And with Trinidad Chambliss playing,
Mhm.
I look at it and I say he's the better quarterback of the two on the field at that time.
Right.
Because Lincoln Keenholz hasn't really played a down of football for real. He hasn't played much football.
Right.
So I'm gonna go with the better quarterback in this one that I know that I've seen, and I'm gonna go Trinidad Chambliss. So I'm gonna give Ole Miss the
Right.
edge there because of home field and quarterback.
Right. Right. So, just hypothetically speaking, with that being said, with what you said with Trinidad picking them because mostly because Trinidad is the better quarterback. If he does not play and that Deuce Knight is there, um, there's still uncertainty there, and there's still uncertainty with Louisville. Do you still give Ole Miss the edge in that football game?
I would probably give them the edge because of the home field advantage. I would
Right.
probably still, but it wouldn't be by a lot. It wouldn't be by a lot at all. It would definitely be. It'll be like a razor thin edge, if that razor
Right.
thin. So, and if I'm thinking about it, I would probably and if I thought about it longer enough, I would probably say Jeff Brom and Louisville could probably walk into Ole Miss and get a win if that were to happen.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
if I
You
thought
can
if
you
I
can
thought
talk.
about it and looked at it, I could do that.
You could
you know,
definitely talk yourself into Louisville winning this football game.
yeah.
It's very possible, but I'm still gonna go with Ole Miss to win. Looks like everybody 100% across the board is thinking that Ole Miss will win this one. So we're gonna give them a 100% on this index here.
But
So
you know what? You know what? Hold up, man. Yeah, I'm about to talk myself into it because that might not be 100%. Because you look at Louisville brought in a bunch of transfer guys that are like transfer seniors, graduate
yeah,
transfers, some transfer juniors as well that have been in some
it's
programs.
it's definitely a tricky game, man. It's not. I don't think
They,
it's just like they're gonna have to go out and beat Jeff Brom and Louisville.
but they brought in,
Like,
but I think they're gonna be replacing their whole offensive line too. So nah, I think I'm gonna stick with Ole Miss for now. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with Ole Miss.
okay. AB versus World saying, "Can Ole Miss do it again?" And Dwight saying they letting Trinidad come back. Man, we don't know.
Yeah, we don't know.
Nobody
We don't
knows.
know. As of right now,
Your guess
as
is
of
good
right
as
now, he's
mine.
available.
Yeah, your guess is good as mine, man. You know what I think, Dwight? I think you should go to Oxford and put your name in the hat, man. Seems like they need some help down there.
Ah,
Uh,
that's good. That's good.
and he said Trinidad has the advantage almost every game. Uh,
Mhm.
yeah, I can see that. I can see that. He also is AB versus World saying, could be true though. Alright, and this is just him saying, "Yeah, for real." All right, so we got 100% on the board for that game, man. Look, this is a game that the game that we just picked. Now, note it. Now, note when the season starts, we're gonna be comparing our results to what actually happens on the field. Um, so I this game should look like 100% win the entire game. Right, this should look like 100% game. I got a feeling that this is one of those games that's gonna look like 60-40 with Ole Miss
Yeah,
still winning. Uh,
agree.
so this is one Imma watch. This is one Imma watch, be eyeing our rating versus what actually happens on the field because I just got a feeling that's a sneaky good game that is happening. Um, alright, so let's try this one. Let's try this one. We're gonna move to this one. Got Kentucky taking out on Youngstown State, alright?
Mm,
Uh, Kentucky not a very good football team last year. Well, they were a decent football team last year. Um And, got Will Stein coming in, offensive coordinator, former offensive coordinator from, Oregon coming in to take over, the helm, and, he's got, new quarterback, uh, bunch of new pieces actually. I mean, I can't just stop at quarterback. They actually did very well in the portal. I
very well.
think did they not have the
Yeah.
I wanna say second best portal class, I think I saw?
In the conference?
in the conference, yeah. I think they had the
I
second
believe
well,
so.
in terms of ratings, they had the I wanna say, don't quote me on that, but I think I read that somewhere that they had the second best. Uh, with this team, I just wanna see, Will Stein, right? I wanna see what he brings to the table. Kentucky is a team that has always been sneaky talented. They had talent. We talked about it before, that front seven has always had some talent on it. Um,
Mhm.
Offensively, if he can right the ship offensively, I think they'll be great. Kroger Field is always a tough place to play. What are some things you're looking for in this one, man,
Yeah,
from Kentucky?
yeah, you look at you look at the quarterback that Kentucky brought in, Mincy from transfer from Ole Miss,
Notre
not from Ole Miss, from Notre
Notre
Dame.
Dame. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah, you look at him. How does he pair up with what Will Stein wants to do on the offensive side of the ball? You know what I'm saying? Like, is does he come in and is he able to come in and be, the type of quarterback that is he the next guy? Like, is Mincy the guy that we all think he could be like when it comes to like the breakout star in the conference when it comes to quarterbacks? Could he be that guy?
Mhm.
Um, they brought in a lot of guys they brought in some guys on the offensive line. You talk about Shabola, you talk about Colton Price, a lot of guys who's played a lot of college football. Nick
Right.
Anderson, who was at LSU last year, is now in
LSU.
that wide receiver room for Kentucky as well. So they definitely have a true number one option that they can get the football to when they need to throw the football.
Right.
Um, I mean, offensively, you look at it and you say, man, this is they have an opportunity to be in some games that they ain't supposed to be in. But it
Sure.
all comes back to the defense as well. You got to see exactly what they do on the defensive side of the ball. They got some guys on the defensive side of the ball from South Alabama that's going to be playing that they're going to be playing as well. So I look at it and I say, man, this team could be exciting, but do they have enough depth? Is the question. Depth
Right, right.
but Kentucky is my question. I think they'll be in a lot of games. I think Kentucky is going to look like Mississippi State last year. That's my that's
Okay.
my projection. I think they're going to look like that. I think they're going to be in a couple of games. I don't know if they have enough depth to be able to finish games when
Okay.
need be.
Lot
You
of
know,
lot
so
of
I
one
think
score games you predicting, just
I
where
believe
they
so. I believe
even
so.
games in the 3rd quarter, 4th quarter, the depth starts to show and these games get away from
Hmm.
you, is what you
Yep, that's
yeah.
exactly what I think.
What's interesting about it is against Kentucky will find themselves now, even before he got here, they would find themselves in games they're not supposed to win.
Mm. And they
So that
won
that's
something they
that's
weren't supposed
kind
to
of
win either.
yeah, so that's kinda their MO, man. It's like, they've been playing that role for a minute, man, but yeah, I
Hmm.
think that I think they win this game. It looks like everybody in the chat thinks that they win this game 100 percent of the vote. And yeah, he's brought up a interesting point. AB, he's saying Javante at running back. Yeah, so
Javante
that's
Barnes, baby, transfer from
yeah,
Oklahoma.
facts. So with that being said, man, we're gonna move on to the next one. Now, I think some of these are gonna start getting interesting. We're running out of cupcake games, right? So let's go ahead and go to da, 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 da. Let's see who Georgia's got on the say. Got another HBCU they're taking on in Tennessee State. Uh, I think everybody is going to pick Georgia in this game. I'm almost sure of it. Um, Georgia returning a lot of production this year, right? This team was young last year. Those young pups have grown up a year. Uh, got Nate Frazier running the football again. We got that offensive line possibly taking the next step. Gunnar Stockton still there. The defense is intact. We know that they play Georgia football. What are you looking to see from this game, man?
What Georgia does all the time at the beginning of the season.
So you don't so meaning you don't think it's gonna be rather
No,
impressive then. Okay.
no, not at all.
That's fair.
Not at all. I don't see it. I'm not gonna see it. I'm not gonna see it at all. I'm not gonna see it. Uh, so nah. Yeah,
So
I
we
think Georgia comes out. I think Georgia comes out and and is not as impressive as people think they are. And it probably might just be because of the first couple of games of the season or something like that. But I'm not expecting them to come out here and be dominant. I think the
yeah.
score would look. I think the score would look like it's dominant, but the play on the field, I'm not so sure.
Yeah, it's one of those games that you probably look at halftime and it's like, Come on, Georgia, what is this?
That's exactly what it's gonna be. Yes.
But so I'm gonna get him to win, but it looks like the SEC's index is showing 80-20. But I think it's because Tim the Two Man Taylor in his comment, here, let me put it up on the screen real quick. In his comment, he says, I love Tennessee State, but yeah, they're getting mollywopped. But I think when he typed Tennessee State, it registered a vote for them. I'm almost sure that Tim the Two Man wants to vote for. I think he thinks that. Well, he's saying it
Yeah,
here that
he's saying, yeah,
that
yeah,
Georgia's going to win. So, um,
yeah.
with that being the lone vote for Tennessee State, and I know that Tim would never put his money on Tennessee State to win this game, I'm going to go ahead and give them 100% on their SEC's index rating here. So we'll put that in because we want to be accurate, man. We don't want to misrepresent the fans, right? That's not what we want to do.
Mhm.
Um, all right. So we got moving right along here. This game here is. I want to see what people are saying about this one. This one. Let's see what this is. What do people think about this one? We got Florida versus uh FCS Florida, basically.
Florida
Uh,
Atlantic. Wow, that's
so we got Florida versus Florida Atlantic, man. Now I think Florida wins this game. I'm not as a big John Summerall guy as a lot of people are. Uh, but I think that they win this game at home in the swamp against an in-state foe. Now if Lane Kiffin was still at Florida Atlantic, I may vote differently. But he's not. So I think Florida wins this game. I'm looking for John Summerall's team to be dominant in this game. Like that's what I want to see. In fact, the way John Summerall was talked about during this coaching search, I want to see domination from Florida the entire year. You know what I mean? I just do because I mean, he's talked about as a coach that's just like I don't know. He's one of those coaches that people didn't have to see it on all of a sudden. You know,
Mm,
the whole, the whole. He did it in the American Conference didn't apply to John Summerall, just to other coaches who I won't name. But
mhm.
it is what it is. I'm going to vote for Florida right now because I think
Yeah.
there's no way that Florida Atlantic wins this game. I think the talent gap is just too much. So I'm going to take Florida in this game. What are you looking forward to see out of this Florida team, man?
I'm looking forward to see Jaden Baugh get close to 2,000 yards rushing this year. That's what I want to
Okay.
see. And in order for him to do that, Jaden Baugh needs to have 300 total rushing yards in this game when it's all said and
Mm,
done. He needs to have 100
mm.
yards in three. He needs to have 100 yards per quarter for the first three quarters so he can sit out the fourth quarter and just race. I think Jaden Baugh has the opportunity to get to do that this year.
That's
With the
fair.
type of offense that is ran here, with the type of offense that they about to bring in, I want to see Jaden Baugh get as close to 2,000 yards as he possibly can and be in the conversation for the Heisman Trophy.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm taking Florida in this game. Uh, how many yards you think he runs for in this game just, against inferior competition? Or should he run for it rather?
300,
300 yards in this game?
300 yards. But that's just me. That's me. I mean, if he comes out and he give you a solid, somewhere between 150 and 220, somewhere in that range. I think that's a good day. But
Mm,
he has that opportunity. I think this is the year, especially with the way that offense is going to be set up. I think it's the year where you can see Jaden Baugh do that, man. You see Jaden Baugh be the focal point of this offense, especially what you don't know. You don't know what you have in Philo at quarterback.
right.
Yeah, he came from Georgia Tech with Buster Faulkner, but he ain't really play, a lot of significant snaps. That was Haynes King last year and things stuff of that nature. So Philo is brand new too,
Fair enough.
to
Yeah, he is
competition.
he's pretty new. Yeah,
So
that's fair
why
enough.
don't you just lean on the guy that was 1,000-yard rusher last year on a bad team? Well, not
Facts.
well. Let me not say this. Florida wasn't a really bad team. They just had some very, very questionable coaching decisions at certain points in the game. They had a really good defense though. Florida had a really good defense. Probably had a bad
They
offensive
they did.
scheme, but even in that bad scheme, you still had a guy that rushed for 1,000 yards.
True.
So that's that's phenomenal. So I want to see him do that. I want to see Jaden Ball. I want to see how close he can get to 2,000. That's what I want to see.
Okay. Okay. Tim Two Man said he thinks he's gonna run for 250 plus in this game.
There it is. There you go.
250 yards plus. Okay. All right. Yeah, I tell you what, if we got any FAU fans watching, y'all have they are pissed at you guys. I'm telling you that right
Hey,
now.
they know what's up, man. They know what's up.
All right, so we got one more.
Unless they got a Byron Brown type player on their team at quarterback.
Yeah, yeah, but I don't think so. Because if they did, he probably would have been in the portal last year. But,
Probably. Probably.
um, so I got a game here that that's I don't know. We'll see. This one may be kind of interesting too. Uh, this one is actually Arkansas at the
Mhm.
University of North Alabama taking on Arkansas. Now, Arkansas, you guys, if you guys remember, you guys voted that Arkansas would win 5 games this year.
Mhm.
Uh,
Mhm.
that means they're gonna have to lose a lot of games.
Mhm.
Could this possibly be one of the games that they drop against what is considered a very, very inferior opponent, right?
No, they're not gonna
I
win this
don't
game.
think so. I think they win this game. Right.
Yeah, they win
Yeah,
this
I
game.
think they win this game. What are you looking for? I tell you right off the rip, defense.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
I wanna see defense from Arkansas because I mean, that was the issue for them. They had absolutely no problem scoring points, put up a lot of points, but they couldn't stop a nosebleed. So I'm gonna be looking at what they, put together on the defensive end. What about you?
The whole team. That's what I
Uh,
wanna see. The whole
okay.
team. Like, what do they look like? What does the energy look like from Arkansas, going into this season with Ryan Silverfield at the helm? There are a lot of people who aren't high on Ryan Silverfield as a coach,
Yeah.
He
It's not
beat this Arkansas team last year with at
right,
Memphis. A lot
right.
of a lot of people not high on him, and things of that nature, man. So I'm interested in seeing what he does. Like, what is the energy around this Arkansas football team and how do they play? Is this a new era of Arkansas football? Is it
Could
a
be.
new era in Fayetteville, Arkansas?
Mhm.
That's what I want to know. So
You you know
yeah.
you You know what? You brought up an interesting point. Guys, I apologize for not putting UAB up there for Arkansas because we know that they lost their logo because they because they lost ironically to the coach that is coaching them right now.
Exactly.
It's funny how that worked out, man. It's like, they lost their logo here on SC season because they lost to a
Mhm.
FCS school, and then that FCS coach ended up becoming their coach. Like, maybe he watches the show, Nick. You think? Imma
Probably,
roll with that.
probably.
I think he watched the show and he felt bad, and that's why he took the Arkansas job. We gonna roll with that until
Yeah.
somebody prove me different. Huh. But it's look like 100% of you guys think that, Arkansas is gonna take this game. I tend to agree with that, man. So, we are moving right along. Actually, this is about an hour. That actually, uh, is a little bit longer than I thought. Well, not really, but all right, so we're gonna move on to the next game, man. And these are when we should start seeing a little bit of parity in here. Um, and so I'm gonna save. Let's go ahead and do this one. Let's go ahead and do this. Let's get this one out the way. There you guys have it. Alabama. All right, taking on East Carolina. Now we're trying to be accurate here, guys. We're not trying to be fans. We're trying to be accurate. uh, What are we thinking from this game? What do you I know initially from this game, I wanna see, I'm interested in looking at the running game from Alabama. How intentional are they, with running the football? Tim too, man, Taylor said, "Tough one." That's that's
It's
funny.
a tough one to pick. It's a tough one to pick,
Uh,
man. That's what it is.
we got Alex coming in and voting, man. Alex, hey, how did I know you was gonna vote for Alabama, man?
Yeah,
Been
how
the
do we
rammer
know that?
jammer in your name. Um But I wanna see the running game, right? I wanna see how intentional they are about running the football. Um, you got Daniel Hill, you got a bunch of running backs, actually. They have quite a few that they can put in the game. I'm also very interested to see this second half of Ryan Williams' development and career, right?
Okay,
Want
okay.
to see how he shakes out. Does he become what he was, projected to be, or does
Mhm.
he take a step back? How does this kid's career in college start to round out? Because we're nearing the end of his career. It seems like it started already, but we'll get into the point where he's going to have to make decisions about NFL or coming back to Alabama, and also that quarterback room. Right, they got two guys who I haven't seen play SEC football. A lot of people are high on them. I think it's still a battle right now. I don't know if that's
Mhm.
a done deal. So I actually don't know who will be the quarterback for this football game. It may be Keelan
We
Russell. It may
don't
be
know.
Austin Mack. So that's kind of what I'm looking for, man. What are you looking for in this football game?
The front seven of the defense. Alabama had to replace almost every single person in their front seven of the
Mm,
defense.
it did.
That's what I'm interested in. That's what I'm interested in.
Okay.
I think we know Alabama probably is not going to run the football like a lot of
Right.
people think they will. I
Right.
think what you saw last year from Alabama is what they are going to be for the foreseeable future in this
Mhm.
offense. The front seven of the defense. What does it look like? Are they who's going to be the guy that's going to be able to get pass rush? Who's going to be able to generate pass rush? Will it
Mhm.
be Jan Pierre? Will it be him?
Okay.
We don't know. We don't know.
And we
So we gotta
we
look
don't
and
know
see.
yet.
We don't know. We gotta look and see, man. So
So
yeah, my question is that's what I'm looking at. How does Kane Womack, how does he figure out a way to find the strengths in the front seven of the defense and exploit them? How does he do it?
yeah,
Because he has to.
yeah. So you said something interesting, man, that I wanna ask you about. You said that, you think that the offense is gonna look similar to last year. So that means that you think that the lack of running game for Alabama was intentional?
Oh yeah, easily. Easily.
Well, of course, they would have loved to get more yards on the ground out of the plays that they call. I'm not saying that the yardage was
Easily.
intentional, but the formula by the way they went about it, you think that wasn't like, "We can't run the football, so we gonna veer away from it." It was just like, "No, we wanna play football this way."
Here's the thing. When Alabama wanted to run the football, when they did run the football, they did run the football. They did it well. You look at the
Yeah.
first drive against Florida State, right? Look at the first drive against Florida State. What did they do? Ran the football, right? They went down and scored a
Mhm.
touchdown. What did they do the rest of the game?
You're right, you're right. You're right. Nothing. This is what they did the rest of the game. Uh, yeah, that you're absolutely correct, man. So, let's take a look at what some of the people are saying in the chat, man. We got AB saying, "I think Nick is stuck or either not. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how long he can keep
No,
it
I'm
up."
not still just playing with you. I just oh
Said
man.
says Daniel Hill, I think is legit, but I don't know about the old line. Is what AB is saying. Latoya's in the building. What's going on, Latoya? She says, "Lies you tell, Nick."
Hey, listen. I know it hurts, but it's the truth. It's the truth.
uh,
I don't think the running game is the strength of Alabama football anymore. It can be.
mhm.
I don't think it will be though.
So Alex is saying that he thinks Mac will start, but Russell will end up taking it after 3 games. Hmm. And you think this is one
Okay.
of the games that caused him to, uh, them to look elsewhere? And this is not the old. It is one time ECU was a really good football team, a couple years ago. And then we got Dwight saying, "Haters gonna hate." Hey, man, listen, I got that orange and blue on, man. I gotta listen. I can't help it. You can't help it. Uh, but yeah, man, I think this is a game like you said. See what that defense is gonna do specifically in the front seven. And like I said, I want to see the receiving core. I think Lacier Brooks is gonna be consistent. I like him. They bring in Noah Rogers. Um, I like him too. Um, and I think Ryan Williams is like, if he is what he was advertised to be, then he's your X, he's your focal point. He's the one that makes it go. I want to see him step into uh that role. Um and running the football. Yeah, running the football is what I want to see. So we got 100% of the votes there, man. Nobody picking East Carolina because these guys know ball. We got Dwight saying "F them trees." It's like Dwight,
Wow.
man. I don't even remember them trees, my guy. Like that was so long ago. I don't even know what I was. It's like it is like the people that was involved in that not even here with us no more. It's like,
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
eventually we gonna
They
have to come up
gone.
with another joke.
They gone, man. They gone.
He's with the trees. Um, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's too far.
Oh my god, man. That was actually kind of funny at the
It
same
was
time. I
wrong,
ain't
but it was, you know.
it was actually it was kind of funny. It was a little
So
funny.
let's get to this game, man. Let's get to this game. This is gonna be, I think this one should spark some of these guys' interest in the chat. Uh, and that game is none other than the greatest university in the SEC. um, let's see. We got Auburn, right? And we got votes already coming in, right? We got Auburn versus Baylor. This is a week one matchup. I'm taking Auburn in this.
Of course.
uh, what am I looking for? I'm looking for the Alice Gold system, right? I want to see
Yes.
efficiency. I want to see running the football. I want to see competent offense, right? That is what I want to see. That's what I'm going to be looking for the most. How competent does this offense look? Not how good they are, not how many yards they put up, not how many points they score. Does it look like good football? Does it look
Yes.
like solid execution? That is what I'm looking for in this football game. What are some things that you're looking for in this, man?
The the process, the detail oriented or oriented, however you say that. You know how I'm trying
Yeah,
to say it. The
I got
detail
you.
oriented team that we've been talking about for all the all off season. That's what I want to see. I want to see them go out there and be who they say they are. That's
Be
what's
who
on the
you say you
wall.
are.
That's what it is. I want them to go out there and be who they say they are. That's all I want to see.
Okay,
Yeah, DJ Lagway is on the other side of the field. Yeah, he's over there. Yeah, he's over there.
okay.
But they lost Colton Price. They lost Keaton Thomas on the defensive side of the ball. They
Mhm.
lost guys. Michael Trigg ain't there no more. You know what I'm saying?
That is true.
Uh,
Thank God.
so I'm saying, yeah, thank God, thank God. But I'm saying, here saying, man, Auburn, go out and be who you say you are. Go out and dominate this game, man. Go out and dominate the game. Go win the football game, Auburn. Go do it. Go win the football game. That's what we need you to do. So yeah, that's what I'm looking. That's what I'm looking for when it comes to this game, as it pertains to the Auburn Tigers taking on Baylor at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia, on September 5th. That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm same thing, man. Be who you say you are. That's what I'm looking for. Got 100% of you guys thinking that Auburn is gonna win this game. Um, Neutral site game, right? This is one of
Mm-hmm.
the is this the only neutral site game? No, I think that Louisville game is a neutral site too, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think it's in Charlotte. Yeah, my bad.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
snap! It's in Charlotte. Man, God, that changes. Man, I forgot that game was in Charlotte. I said they was going to Oxford. You know what,
Oh, that
bro?
Ole Miss and Louisville?
Yeah, we
That
might have to
all
go back and
that
rewatch
I'm
that one,
telling you,
bro.
that is an interesting game, man. That is an interesting game. But yeah, neutral site game. I still think Auburn comes out and win this football game. Looks like you guys voted for Auburn too. We got them on the board. Let's take a look at these comments, man, because I think these guys have come unglued. Like that's just and I'm gonna blame Dwight with the he started it with this comment right here. This is what started it
Wow.
all. Uh,
Yeah, man. This is
and then
hilarious.
we got a lot of stuff going on. Uh, he says Holloway is smoking those trees, right?
Whoa,
Hey,
whoa. Wait a minute. Whoa,
you
whoa.
better hope you better hope he's not. He better for his sake. He better hope he wasn't distributing them. This
That's
is
it. I don't think he
two totally
was.
different
I don't think he
realms.
was. I don't
I
think he
don't know,
was.
man. Yeah, well, we'll see. I don't know. I don't know. Tim, he said, "Poe, you wild for that one." Yeah, that is
Yeah,
wild.
he wild for that one, boss. He wild for that one, boss.
If you got
Wild.
end to end, it's an AP the plug. No,
He the
my bad.
plug, man.
AD the plug. Yeah,
Hollywood the plug.
Hollywood the plug. That is funny, man.
Hollywood the plug, bro.
That is
That's
hilarious.
hilarious. That's a
Hey,
good
listen,
rap name.
hey,
Hollywood the
I'm
plug.
I don't wanna make fun of the kid's situation, man, but Dwight started it. But, All right, so we got the last game here, which is probably gonna be game of the week, first game of the season. All right. Let's see. We got LSU versus Clemson, right?
Wait, was
Hold
it
on, guys.
2 pounds? I thought it was just a pound. It was really 2 pounds. I thought it was 2 pounds. I
They,
thought it was a
I
pound.
think it ended up being 2.1.
Oh, it was. Okay, I didn't
Yeah.
know that. So yeah, you're right. He probably was trying to.
Uh,
Oh
well, I don't
man.
know, but like when they trying to make that case, they weigh the bag and everything. Like they don't.
Oh,
Yeah,
makes
they
sense.
yeah they'll turn a pound and
Mm,
3. Not that I have. I'm just saying. Take my word for it. Is all I'm saying.
interesting. That's what that means.
um,
Okay then.
and I don't think the amount is not that much, man. I think it's like I think they found like packaging, right? So if they found like baggies and a
I know
ledger
they
is what I heard. They heard a
they found
ledger.
money
Now
too. They found money.
money, yeah, money. But that's up for them to sort out, man. Nate Oates has that to figure out on
Yeah,
his end. Uh,
that's their problem.
this
That's their
guy,
problem.
that guy's been figuring stuff out a lot for the basketball team when it comes to legal problems. I mean, it is what it is. But let's take a look at this last game, man, because this one's gonna be interesting. I think I want to see how you guys are voting on this one, man. LSU versus Clemson. We already got LSU votes. I think that may have been from earlier. Let's reset this poll. So you guys hold off on the vote. Let me reset this poll and get these off. I want to make sure this is accurate, right? I think that was already up there because I don't see anybody with the. All right, cool. LSU. All right, so we got LSU versus Clemson. Now it is open for you guys to vote. This is an interesting game because you got a Clemson team. Whoa, we got a Clemson team that they are looking to make a name for themselves. Run it up on Lane Kiffin, right? A lot of people are high on Lane Kiffin. Uh, Most expensive roster in the country down there at LSU.
Mhm,
That's what
mhm.
per the reports. Did very well in the transfer portal. He's got a quarterback though that's got a foot injury.
Man, just
We
be real.
don't know.
That foot broke. That man foot broke. That man
Is
foot
it?
is
I don't know.
broken. It is broken. It ain't healed all the way yet. He not gonna. I put my money on. I don't think Sam Levitt is gonna start that game. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I don't think he's gonna
So,
start.
so this is our first one that we got. It looks like people are picking Clemson and have Clemson winning this game and have LSU losing. Uh this is interesting, man. So you guys, I'm gonna give you a couple seconds just in case anybody hadn't voted. You think who's gonna win this one? Clemson or LSU? Who's
Yes,
gonna take it? Is this game is in Death Valley, right?
it
Yeah.
is. It is
Yeah.
home
Let's
series.
make
Yeah.
sure this okay, make sure it win the neutral site game. Clemson, so you guys have first game of the season is what's happening right now. First game of the season, you have Clemson going into uh the real Death Valley. I don't know which one's the real one. Maybe the one at LSU is probably the real one. Uh, and getting the win there, right? Uh,
Mhm.
this is interesting. I'm gonna take a look at some of these comments because I do want to see what people are saying about this. We got Anthony Insider saying that LSU defense will have to play big.
Mhm.
Uh, and then we got Latoya coming in saying Clemson definitely needs to win more though.
Mhm.
Hmm. For playoff, yeah, because of the conference that they play in, they don't have a lot of opportunities to boost that rate. So I can see where you're coming from there. Um, what do you think about this game, man?
I think this game is gonna look exactly like this game did last year when they played at Clemson. I think this is gonna be a low scoring game. I think both defenses are gonna come to play, but the difference in this game is what is the quarterback position going to be? Because LSU's defense is going to be one of the better defenses in the conference and in the SEC this year. Clemson is going to have a pretty decent, a pretty good, pretty decent defense as well. If you remember that game last year, that was a 17-10 game. It was a defensive struggle for the majority of the game. And I think LSU scored late to take the lead, and then they got to stop on the defensive side of the ball um, against Clemson. I think Dabo Swinney goes into LSU Stadium,
Mhm.
and I think Dabo gets his revenge. I think he does. I
How
think he
big
does.
would that be?
Oh, it would
How
be
big would
huge.
that be?
It would put Clemson on the trajectory into college football playoff national championship talks from that after that if they win that game.
Instantly, you think?
Instantly, it will, because as I think you just stated, you look at Clemson's schedule coming up. I don't think Clemson has to play Miami this year. Let me look. Let me make
I'm
sure
not sure. I hadn't checked out the
about that.
schedule for
Let me check. Let me check that out. Let me look at Clemson's 2026 schedule, because I don't think they have to play Miami this year. I think they play NC State, uh, but I don't think
I'm
they
gonna
play Miami this year.
I'm
Let me
gonna go
see.
ahead and move that L down to LSU, man. I think that's pretty much settled, and they have a
Excuse me.
66.6.
Excuse me. Excuse me. Here it is. So you have this is Clemson's schedule. So uh Clemson plays
Looks
at
like
LSU, Georgia Southern. They have Georgia Southern, North Carolina at home. They have to go to Cal. They do play Miami. They play Miami at Miami this year. Then they have excuse me, they have a bye week. They play Charleston Southern, Virginia Tech. Now that Virginia Tech game could be interesting because they play Virginia Tech at home, because that would be what's my guy name? New head coach, James Franklin. This will be his first
Mhm.
season at Virginia Tech. They play Florida
Right.
State. We don't know what that Florida State game is going to be, to be completely honest with you. They play
No, we don't.
Syracuse. Syracuse is rebuilding. They play Georgia Tech. What does that Georgia Tech team look like? You know, you lost the offensive coordinator and the guy that you thought was going to be the quarterback, but Brent Key is still there, so they bringing in a new guy. They play Duke, and they play South Carolina in the season. I mean, you look at that schedule, man. You sitting here telling yourself, man, that's not a really difficult schedule outside of Miami and possibly Virginia Tech, because
Mm.
Cal is gonna have a new head coach. Even though Virginia Tech has a new head coach, James Franklin has shown that he can put together a good team. You know, Syracuse could be a tough game because Syracuse, uh, I think it's just not last year, but year before last. I think they won 9 or 10 games the year before last. You know, we don't know what Duke is gonna look like, what will South Carolina look like, you know, and things and stuff of that nature. If Clemson goes to LSU and wins this game,
Yeah.
it
It
sets
would
them up for the rest of the season, like
well,
easily.
it would be major because if I'm not mistaken, I think FanDuel had LSU's schedule kinda pieced out already. And I think they have, if I'm not mistaken, somebody can fact check this, I think they are 11.5 point favorites in this game at home.
So Clemson,
Yes.
they're
If
saying
I'm not
LSU are
mistaken, let me
11 and a
look
half
that up.
point
I'm pretty sure.
favorites of Clemson. Really?
Yeah, yeah.
Man, they must. What do they know that we
If I'm
don't?
not eh, listen, somebody can look that up and fact check it because I don't wanna put the wrong information up there, but I definitely read something that I'm almost thinking that this line started at, like, 11.5. So, a
Man,
touchdown, 2 scores, um, and yeah, I think right, with the expanded playoff and everything, 12 teams now, whoever wins this game is, you know, instantly becomes a playoff contender. Um We got poll is saying, "Hey, did they change the ACC vote? I mean the champ title game criteria." I don't think they did. I hadn't seen anything that said that they did, man. But also, I don't. And ACC football is not my cup of tea. So, but I don't
you
think
got
they need to. Is right, right? They 11.5 point favorite.
yo. They really got them favored as a ten
Yeah,
and a half.
yeah.
No, no, no,
Ten
no,
and a
no, no, no,
half.
no. Yeah, they got Clemson as a 10.5 point underdog
Yeah.
against LSU
I,
in the opener.
yeah, yeah.
Wow,
I thought so. I thought so.
wow, wow.
That's what I said. If Clemson wins this game, it would be an upset on all levels. And you guys and the Keyboard Collective picked the upset. Um,
What are
so
they looking at to say that that's a 10.5 favorite? Because I'm looking at Clemson's defense, and
Lane
Clemson
Kiffin.
has okay, all right, that makes sense too. But
Lane
I
Kiffin.
see I see why they did it, but I mean it makes sense why they gave that spread. That spread should be more like, in my opinion, that should be more like a 4.5 point spread. 4.5, 5.5 point spread.
Yeah. 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 I think
You
I
know,
think you probably get LSU at the most in that game. I give them a touchdown
I think a
because 'cause they're at
touchdown is too
home.
much.
I
I think a
just simply
touchdown is
because
too
'cause they're at
much.
home. I give them a touchdown, they're at home, but 11.5 points or 10.5 points, whatever it is,
That's
that is
crazy,
a
man.
lot in their football game.
That's
Um,
crazy.
but
That's crazy.
you guys all in the chat, man, are pretty much leaning that Clemson is gonna pull off this upset week 1. Um, now that may be for a couple different reasons. Like you said, we don't know the status and the health of Sam Levitt, right? That's a
Mhm.
major factor, right? Because if he can't go, then you gonna take Longstreet and put him up against Dabo. Um, so man, that could be, dangerous. So I don't know, man. This is one of those games where my opinion on it may change as the season goes along. I mean, as the off season goes along. But as of right now, I am also on the train of picking Clemson. Um, so let's see. Uh, Post said, yeah, Google said the ACC did change the rules for 2026. Man, they needed to,
Really?
because that was just what they pulled last year was like, come on, man, y'all. I don't know what that was about. Uh, but the rules are the rules. So there you guys have it, right? We got through week 1, right? And I promise you guys, I looked at the schedule. It won't always be like this. There's 2 reasons
No,
why
it
it
won't.
won't always be like this, because after week 2, these teams are gonna start playing each other. We have 9 SEC games, so that's gonna instantly cut this list in half, and then there's gonna be bye weeks, right? Where we're gonna have maybe 2 to 3 games to rank. I mean, well, 4 to 5 games to rank. We may combine some of those weeks together in one episode. But I appreciate you guys for joining us to get us through week 1, man. So just taking a look at this, man, people are pretty high on the SEC teams week 1, rightfully so. These are pretty much all tune up games. That Clemson one is a shocker. 66% of you guys think that Clemson is going to beat LSU week 1. And it's funny because like a lot of people, man, Lane Kiffin got so much hype going into LSU. It is to get the fans' perspective and see the fans say, "Hey, week 1, Lane Kiffin, he gonna take one on the chin." That is, really, really eye opening. I'm really interested to see how our results compare to what actually happens on the field. Um, out of this slate right here, man, which one of these games you think has, outside of the Clemson one, what just has the potential to be a sneaky good game? I think Louisville Ole Miss
That's where I'm
right up the
going.
top.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
Louisville Ole Miss. Um,
Baylor, Auburn too. Yeah.
Baylor Auburn. Yeah, Baylor Auburn. Um,
South Carolina, Kent State.
South Carolina, Kent State. You see an upset on here, like one of these that we just don't nobody sees coming that just could just wreck everything.
If I were to pick one, and I'm just being real, if I were to pick
And
one,
what do you guys think in the chat? Do y'all see any upsets that just come out of the blue that nobody's prepared for?
I'm not saying that there will be an upset. I don't think there will be. But if
Right.
there was an opportunity for one, I think there are possibly two, maybe three that you can say.
Mhm.
Like I said, if everything just aligns properly, you can see something happen. FAU at Florida,
Mhm.
um, Kent State, South Carolina, and ULM, Mississippi State.
Yeah. Yeah. ULM Mississippi State is an intriguing one. Um, yeah, that's outside of the ones I already named. I mean, FAU Florida, but I don't know a lot about FAU, right? That's one of those teams that, like you said, they might have Byron Brown Jr. at quarterback. You never know.
They could. They could.
uh, so it's interesting to see how that one shakes out, man. All right, guys, man. Listen, we're gonna put this out so you guys can see it. I'll put it on my Twitters and post it so we can get week 1 out of the way. Uh, and next week we're gonna tackle week 2, so we can get on schedule. And that way, by the time we get to the end of the season, uh, By the time we get to the end of the season, it'll be the week before the season starts, and that week we'll pick a SEC champion, and we'll have our complete rosters. I also am going to update all of the schedules with these predictions, and you guys will see that. So I did ask which one is a sneaky good game. We got people saying you got Poe saying Baylor, right? Okay, that's fair. And then we got Ant saying Louisville. Yeah, that game. And now that we kind of realize that it's in North Carolina, that game is really interesting, especially if Trinidad is not playing that football game, it's going to be that might end up being game of the week.
Yep,
uh,
agree.
that might end up being game of the week. If Trinidad does not play in that game. Got posted in Baylor, Louisville. We all on the kind of the same page. FAU maybe, right? Yeah, I'm kind of thinking the same. Like I said, I don't know what FAU has. I'm gonna have to do a little bit of research on them.
They have a
To see
6'6"
what they.
quarterback. They have a 6'6" quarterback that transferred from Western Kentucky. Um, he
Mm,
threw for like 3,600 yards last year, but the problem is he only had like 24, 25 touchdowns, but he had 17 interceptions. So take that for
mm.
what you want to take it for.
Okay, he just don't know what color his jersey is all. You know, they
Yeah.
fixed that problem. Give him the Jameis Winston, LASIK surgery contacts, whatever. Maybe
That's
he'll get
funny.
a little bit better on that, man. But yeah, man, this has been lengthy as episode. It's been a real long episode, man. I am highly satisfied with the results here. I hope you guys are satisfied with the results because then we can do about them now. We got our Z index ratings. We got our win loss records for these. Like I said, we're gonna be moving on to week 2. Uh, so without further ado, let me get Dwight's last comment though. He said it's a Florida team. I know the state of Florida got dogs. Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like you, they might run up on them, man, and you know, everybody if they recruiting in state, they might have the
Mhm.
fastest running back in the conference or something. Like you never
Yep.
know, man. One of those
Yep.
Florida schools.
Mhm.
That is a very solid point. But we got to get out of here, man. We've been on here a bit too long, so you know, Nick, as we do about this time, man, got to cue the outro, man. Got to cue the outro. All right, guys. Well, one of you for participating and voting and having your voice heard. Uh, Always a fun show, man. And we are compiling data. That's what we're doing, compiling data, man. If you don't know, we do this at 6:30 on Tuesdays. Make sure you're tuning in on Thursday, 10:30 on your lunch break, 10:30 Central Standard Time. We have a very special episode. We're going to be addressing strength of schedule. Is it really that big of a deal? We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it on Thursday. So make sure you tune in for that. Again, hit the like button if you haven't. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't. If you're watching, you haven't subscribed. Also, tell a friend, right? How about that? Tell a friend. Say, hey man, this is this channel. It's called SECZN. They're compiling data for the season. We need bodies so that you guys can vote so we can have more numbers. Tell a friend. Bring a friend next time, man. And we're gonna have a great time, man. So like I said, I appreciate each and every one of you, as always, man. And Nick, man, tell them what you got going on, man, around the water cooler.
Yeah, man. Water Cooler Talk Sports Network, man. We will be around the water cooler as always. Monday, Wednesday, Friday is 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central. We around the water cooler talking what we talk, man. We talk that score around the water cooler is what we do. Also, man, SEC Heat Check, new show, Water Cooler Talk Sports, man, with Marcus Fitzpatrick. Thursdays, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, man. So make sure you check out our guy Marcus over there with his new show as well. Also visit www.watercoolertalksports.com. Again, that's www.watercoolertalksports.com for all of your college football, SEC football, and of course Auburn football news in written form. And of course we got high school coming as well very soon, man. Shout out to Tez, man. Shout out to you, my guy, always coming up. We always have the opportunity to come over here and chop it up with you. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat, man. We appreciate y'all so much, man, for rocking with us, man. Hit the like button on your way out the door too if you haven't.
Yeah, man, hit the like button, man. Already, man. Yeah, hey, appreciate you, man. Appreciate you for always coming through, man, and showing support and chopping it up with me, man. These are always fun to do. You guys, again, happy St. Patrick's Day if you are celebrating St. Patrick's Day. Have a green beer for me, right? Have a green beer for me. And be safe. If you are bar hopping and doing and celebrating, man, always be responsible, drink responsible. Uh, Make sure you got a designated driver. And if you don't, there's always Uber and Lyft, right? Didn't have that back in my
Yes.
day. There's no excuse now. So make sure you have those apps downloaded so that you can make it home safely in case you need that. Uh, but as always, man, be safe. And yeah, as always, man, it's SEC season, and we out. Peace. Mm-mm.